Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for a few people to log on. Once again, I've just signed on a little bit early just to give people a chance to log on. Hello, hello. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Wayne. Lovely to see you guys. Really hope that you are well. In England here, our temperature seems to be dropping again, so it's a little bit chilly. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Bones. Lovely to see you, Bones. It's been a long time. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We've still got about a minute to give people a chance to log on. So yeah, I hope that everybody's well. Hello, Ross. Hi, Linda. Great. Oh, just amazing, amazing. So lovely to see all of you. Once again, what an honor and blessing to have people logging on from all over the world. This is the beauty of the internet, to be able to shine light and send out love and support to all four corners of the world is just a true, true, true blessing. And I wanted to actually begin today's workshop by just saying thank you so much. I have been getting so many messages from people just commenting and saying thank you for these workshops and how much they are helping. And that was the intention all along. And when I wake up in the morning and have a message from somebody telling me that these workshops are completely supporting their well-being in a very powerful way, that just fills me with so much joy, because it is confirmation that this work is beneficial and that I'm doing the right thing by these workshops. Let me just quickly say a few more hellos. Okay, lovely. Hello, Mom. Hi, David. Oh, just amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Linda. Linda, I have a really deep affinity with the East Coast. I was meant to be teaching there this year. I was in Boston this time last year, and due to COVID, all of my travel had to kind of take a back seat. So hopefully I will be flying to America and teaching there, hopefully in maybe February or March time. But yeah, hi Sujin, lovely, lovely, lovely. So beautiful to see all of you, and thank you so much for logging on. So let's get to it. Okay, so tonight we're looking at emotional pain management. Again, just like last week, this is a really, really big topic. And, everything, and you will know, as I've said in previous workshops, everything starts in the emotional body. So everything that we experience in the emotional body manifests itself into physical or mental illness. Okay, now I make that sound kind of harsh, but joy also is something that we feel in our emotional body, and again that manifests into how we choose to live our lives. But today, for today's workshop, or this week's workshop, when we connect to our emotional pain, it's not always an easy job. So I want to begin by saying to you that the exercise and the meditation that we're going to be doing today could potentially be quite challenging. All right, but when we decide to do this work and we decide to honor ourselves and work on our self-healing for mental, physical and spiritual health, it's not always plain sailing, and it's not always easy. And these workshops are providing you with the tools to do the work, and the rest is up to you. You've got to be willing to do this work. You've got to be standing in your power going, that's it. I want to start honoring myself and empowering myself by stepping into my power and releasing what no longer serves me. And emotional pain is one of those things, okay? And the reason it's so uncomfortable when we connect to it normally is it's because we don't have a good, healthy relationship with it whatsoever. What normally happens is as soon as we start connecting to emotional pain, we push it away. We push it away. It's uncomfortable. We don't want to deal with it. We want to just move on with our lives and pretend that it's not there. And this is called suppressing. Okay. Here's the thing though. All it is suppressing. It doesn't actually go away. And sooner or later, it has to come up in one way or another, be it a mental illness or a physical illness, or we could just be walking one day and have a complete wobble. And it's because we've suppressed. Okay. Here's how we learn to start managing this pain. Okay. Here's how we do it. And I just want to say to you, next week's workshop is very similar because we're going to be looking at how to manage physical pain, okay? But we're going to start with emotional pain this week because everything starts in the emotional body, okay? Now, I want to talk about management. It's a really big word, okay? And anybody that understands anything about management, okay, you will know it's not an easy job, okay? When we have to manage things, there's a whole lot of things that go involved. And I want to explain to you a scenario, okay? Because in order to manage something, we need to understand it. So let's take a step away from our emotional pain and let's look at a scenario. Let's look at two businesses, and I often use this in my workshops, okay? So for those of you that have been to my workshops where we're touching on these topics, you may have heard me use this example before. All right, we're going to look at two businesses, all right? Business number one has a manager that's kind of ego-centered, doesn't know his staff very well, has a bit of a power energy about him, okay, and doesn't really understand the strengths and weaknesses of his team, all right? And because of this, the business doesn't really succeed very well because the people that are under him, okay, the people in his team are not actually being utilized to their full ability. All right? He doesn't understand his team. He doesn't know his team. Let's move now to business number two. All right? Here you have a boss who's a people person, who knows himself, is working on himself, and has taken the time to get to know his team. Okay? He now knows them and he understands their strengths, their weaknesses, and he has allocated them in the correct roles so that they can shine and do the best that they can do in their roles. Business number two is doing well. Okay, business number two is a successful business, and the reason for that is that boss has taken the time, okay, to get to know his staff. They are all allocated where they need to be so that they are thriving and shining and moving forward. They are moving forward as individuals as well as part of a team. And this business is thriving. Whereas business number one is just hitting a lot of roadblocks all the time. Okay? Because business number one's boss didn't take the time to get to know his team. He can't manage them. Okay? And it's exactly the same. So we move away from that example now, and we move away and we look at how that can relate to our emotions. Okay? So how do we apply that to our emotions? The only way we can ever manage our emotions is if we understand them. But the thing is, we have spent a lifetime pushing them away and suppressing them. Why? Because they're uncomfortable. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. Okay? But we can't manage things if we don't understand them. And this is exactly how we now need to move into that space and go, right, I am going to take a step forward and go, I'm going to start to understand this emotional pain. And the way that we do that is by sitting with it. Now, I want to warn you again, is this an easy process? Absolutely not. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. But we want to learn to manage our emotions. And the only way we can do that is by understanding and sitting with it. Because once we actually sit with it and understand it, we can then manage it accordingly. Okay? And today's meditation, I'm going to take you into that space. A word of advice though, if you start to feel slightly uncomfortable, push through a little bit, okay? Push through a little bit. I'm here. I'm holding space for you, okay? And I want to use sound in this meditation as well, because the sound is going to support the flow of how we're going to connect to our emotions. All right. This is a beautiful, beautiful process. And once you start doing this, you're going to start to understand yourself a bit more. When I understood that a mindfulness approach to managing pain, be it emotional or physical, was the fact that we needed to actually sit with it and listen to it and understand it before we kind of then were able to manage it, be that whether we release or just manage it in our own way, because the way one person manages is not going to be the same as the others, because we all have a completely different frame of reference. We've all been through completely different experiences. We all have completely different emotions. So the way one person manages isn't going to be completely different to the way another person manages. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. But the only way you're ever going to get to that point is if you understand it so that you can manage it. Okay? And this is where we're at tonight. So, I'm going to guide you into this beautiful meditation. We are going to be connecting to the amazing breath, the life-giving breath, the tool to bring us into the present moment, and we're going to be guided to that space. Okay. Before we do that, I would like you to just take a few seconds and think about what emotion, and we're going to pick one for tonight, because this is a journey, this is a process. After this workshop, you can then practice this in your own time. You can replay this video as much as you like. I want you to think of an emotion, all right? And it can be any emotion that feels uncomfortable for you, okay? An emotion that you don't like sitting with. And when it comes in, okay, because we can't always control these things, when it comes in, you feel really uncomfortable, okay? So what the normal human response is, let's push it away, let's suppress it. But now we know that all suppressed emotion has to come out sooner or later. And more than often when it does, that's when we're at our breaking point, both mentally and physically, okay? And we've all been there. We've all been there. Some of us have had it in a lot more stronger, a lot more powerful ways than others. But we've all been at that point where we just can't take anymore. And this is why this exercise and these tools that I'm sharing tonight are so important, and are going to be able to teach you how to start managing your emotions. Okay, so I invite you now to join me. I would like you to please take a beautiful, beautiful deep breath in, and just make sure that you are nice and comfortable, okay? If it's a little bit chilly where you are, just make sure that your body temperature is nice and warm, okay? Be nice and warm. Make sure your feet are nice and warm, okay? Make sure that you are comfortable. And take another really nice deep breath in through the nose, pulling it nice and deeply into the diaphragm and into the tummy. For those of you that have done previous workshops, you will know that by using full lung capacity, okay, you are going to expand those lungs outwards, and that is when your tummy pushes out, okay? So you're pulling that air in. Beautiful, beautiful air. Take another really nice deep breath in. Through the nose, pulling it into the diaphragm and into the tummy. And if your eyes are open, gently close them now. And just start breathing as you normally breathe. Not trying to change your breath in any way. Just being aware of it. And just reflecting now on everything that I've just been explaining. Because we are moving now into a space where we are honoring ourselves. Where we are taking the step and moving into a space where we are acknowledging that it is time to start learning to manage our emotions. Is this easy? No. Is this challenging? Yes. Is this the best thing for us? Absolutely. Still focusing on the breath. Take your awareness to the ground. Feel the ground beneath you. Whether that's through your seated base or through your feet, connect to the ground. We are now using our breath and the ground as tools to bring us into the present moment. Breath and ground. Breath and ground. Starting to connect now to the physical body, feeling the muscles in your head and your face. Neck and shoulders. Arms and hands. Chest and stomach. Your back. And hips. And your seated base. And as you connect now to your seated base, again feel the ground. Connect to the ground. Feel it in your legs and your feet. Just connecting now to the density of your whole body. Breath, ground, body. And just bring your awareness to your breath now. And be aware of how your body is responding to your breath. As you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And now we are going to connect to an emotion that feels uncomfortable when it comes in. For today we are inviting it in because we have decided it's time to get to know this emotion, to understand it better so that we can manage it. So we invite this in now. This is your own emotion. Bring it in now. Connect to it. Breathing in and breathing out. Knowing that everything is exactly as it is meant to be in this moment. And any feelings of discomfort are okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Always feeling the ground below you. Be aware again of the body. Is there an area on your body that is associated with this emotion? Do you feel it in your head? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your stomach or your back? Sit with this feeling. Breathing in and breathing out. Honoring how you feel. It's perfectly normal to have an emotional response to this. And if you are, honor this, for it is a release. Breathing in and breathing out. And just sit with this now as we connect to sound. Remembering that thoughts can visit, but we let them go. Breathing in and breathing out. connecting to the body. Feeling any sensations, knowing that it is all part of this process. Feeling the ground underneath you, knowing that you are grounded. Using your breath, breathing it in and breathing it out. All is as it should be. There is no need to control anything in this space. Sitting with your emotion. Honoring yourself. Honoring your emotion. I'd like you now to take your right hand and place it over your heart center. And just quietly breathe into the heart center. And thank yourself for being on this journey and taking this step to connect to your emotion, to connect to who you are. Breathing in and breathing out. Thank your emotion for coming forward so that you can forge this connection in order to manage it. Take your awareness to the ground. Feel that ground underneath you. Place both hands over the heart center now. Connect to your physical body. You might want to give your shoulders a little shrug. Give your fingers and your toes a little wiggle. And when you're ready, gently bring yourself back and open your eyes. You might want to have a little bit of water after that meditation. It's always good for us to keep hydrated whenever we do this work. Okay. For some of you, take a really nice deep breath in through the nose, pulling it nice and deep into the diaphragm and into the tummy. Right. Okay, everybody. I hope that everybody is okay. I know that that may have seemed quite challenging for some of you, and please message me directly if you feel you need to after this workshop. Okay. I am going immediately into another live. Well, at 8 o'clock I'm going into another live. So if I don't respond immediately, please just give me some time to get back to you. This is an incredibly powerful process, and for many of you, this is the start of your journey. Okay, this is you going, hey, I'm now ready to start managing my emotions. I don't want to be a slave to this anymore. It's a very powerful space to be. Okay, a very powerful space, but we have to do the work. Okay, it doesn't just happen at the snap of the fingers. All right, we've had a huge, big, colorful life. All right, we need to honor that, and we need to understand that all these emotions that we have experienced, and some of them we haven't experienced because we've just suppressed them, do need to come out sooner or later. And this is how we start honoring thyself, honoring the emotion. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys all know that I am now moving over at 8 o'clock UK time. I'm going to be doing another beautiful video, another live with my dearest friend and colleague Eddie Ben Abraham on Vortex Schools of Healing. So this is all to do with gratitude and the importance of breath. So please feel free to move over, and if you're not part of the page, you will need to just kind of join. All right. But I send you all so much love. Okay. Please remember, I'm here if you need me. I might not get back to you immediately, but I will eventually get back to you. Sending you so much love. And I will see you here next week, from my heart to your heart. Have a beautiful day, evening, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.